There is a season to everything in business. I'm here in Colorado, and I grew up mostly in California the first 20 years of my life, and I didn't really get to experience seasons. Even though if you're in California, it's like the same temperature all year, plus or minus like 10 degrees. But when I moved out here to Colorado with Kimberly about 5 years ago, I was like, oh, wow, there's seasons. Like it's cold during the winter. Everything dies. It looks so desolate. I remember the first time we came out here in January. I was like, man, this place is depressing. And right now it's the tail end of summer and I'm starting to see the leaves change. And it's this moment of transition and this realization of stepping into a new chapter. The end of summer, the beginning of fall. And so much of business is like that too. And sometimes the ego doesn't really like that. There's this narrative perpetuated mostly by business coaches trying to sell you stuff where it's like up, 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 up. 1 month you hit 10K, the next month you're going to get 15K, the next month 20K, and it's just this upward and to the right movement. And my experience and my own journey of entrepreneurship, as well as mentoring and supporting and walking with so many entrepreneurs through every season, the expansion, the contraction, the dissolution, the beginnings, the ends, and the middles, is that there is a season for everything in business. And there's so much freedom that comes from not fighting the season that you're in. There are seasons when you will feel like nothing is happening. And you're planting seeds, and you're doing the inner work, and you're cultivating an expanded identity on the inside, and you're planting these internal seeds, and maybe you're showing up, or you're creating content, or you're nurturing your audience, and you look at the revenue coming into your business, and your mind might say, well, nothing's happening. The truth is there are internal seasons of business where you're planning, you're sowing the seeds for what's to come. And then there's the harvest. This is the season in business everyone loves, right? Where suddenly it's like, wow, I've been doing all this work. I've been expanding into a new identity. I've been really building these beautiful relationships with my audience. And you run a launch or you share a new offer, and suddenly it's like, man, we're in the harvest. Cash flow's flowing. It feels great. And to be able to honor those seasons, to not make any of them wrong. There's seasons when things feel misaligned and you're resting in the tension between who you're becoming and this thing that you might have created on the outside that doesn't feel like it fits anymore. And yet you don't feel like you have clarity on the right next steps. And so there's just this kind of like awkward, uncomfortable feeling of like maybe deadness. And then there are seasons when you feel so excited and so passionate and so alive and so vibrant. Not fighting the season that you're in. Honoring those seasons. Making space for them, allowing for them. It makes the journey of growth so much easier and so much more peaceful to just embrace the season that you're in.